everyone. We are now live here on Gusi Talks Philippines, the up close and personal. And today we are going to be live on our official YouTube channel of Gusi Talks Philippines and Primo Modelo TV, as well as the official Facebook page of Gusi Talks. Mabuhay Philippines! Good evening, everyone. My name is Mia, and I will be your host for this evening. And yes, as yesterday you watched our episode 22. Yes, 22. Kasi 23 na ngayon, no? And yesterday, we've interviewed one of the candidates ng Hari ng Pilipinas. From Manila is Ray Martin. And don't forget, next week, I will be together with another new set of candidates from Hari ng Pilipinas. So I guess may interview ko silang lahat. 108 candidates po ang Hari ng Pilipinas. So abangan nyo po yan next week here on Gusi Talks Philippines. And before anything else, for today's episode, iba na naman po ang makakasama natin tonight because I will be together joined with the Miss World Philippines candidate. So guess what? She is coming from Mandaluyong City. And malalaman po natin mamaya sino ba si Joy Barcoma and also what is she preparing to for the Miss World Philippines, and let us know when will the coronation night of the Miss World Philippines will happen and a lot more. So don't forget to click the share button of this live video and subscribe to our YouTube channel Gusi Talks Philippines, and also don't forget to like and subscribe to all our social media accounts of Gusi Talks Philippines and Primo Modelo TV. All right, guys, before I forget ulit, yes, I will be plugging today Mr. Glam International sa kanilang nalalapit na premiere July 25, 26, 27, 28, and 29. So that will be a 5-day premiere live streaming of their entries. Sino kaya ang mananalo? The new Big Five of the Mr. Glam International 2021. And this is their very first virtual setup na Mr. Glam. And their first inaugural edition was held in the host country of Manila, Philippines last November 2019 sa Antipolo, Rizal. And also, the winners are coming from Indonesia. Ayan, no? Indonesia, South Africa, Malaysia, Philippines, and Korea. 5 yan sila. And shoutout kay Mama Joy Santos, our Mrs. Glamalook of the Year World International 2019. She's watching tonight. Sabi niya, wala. Nag-mention lang pala siya. Hello, good evening sa lahat. Maraming salamat. Patuloy po kayo manood and stay tuned. And to those who have questions to our special guest for tonight, please don't hesitate to drop your questions down below. And after the short break, I will be back with our Miss World Philippines Mandaluyong City. So keep up with us and watch Gusi Talks Philippines. Alright, maraming salamat. Maraming nanonood ngayong gabi. Don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel, Gusi Talks Philippines, the up close and personal. For those who'd like to do an interview here on Gusi Talks, it's all free as long as free din ang mga host ng Gusi Talks Philippines. And for today, ako muna ang makakasama ninyo dahil wala si Direct Primo and he's kind of busy sa Australia. Yes, hanggang July 30 ang kanilang greater lockdown, no? So, I hope maging okay na sa Australia. Parang last time, buong isang taon sila walang COVID. Ang galing. Pero this last month lang, nagkaroon na naman ng bagong new cases. And congratulations sa atin sa Philippines dahil marami na po ang nabakunahan. Kung hindi ka pa nababakunahan, wag mong kakalimutan, magpa-sked ka na. Alright, and shoutout again kay Kuya John Abram Razon. Hello, he's watching today. Sino daw ang guest? Ayan, abangan mo, wag kang umalis at malalaman mo sino ba ang guest natin for tonight. Tomorrow, guys, before I forget ulit, yan, makaka makakasama po natin Saturday 6 a.m. Canadian time and 9 p.m. Philippines time si Miss World Canada first runner-up Kiana Anderson of year 2020. So abangan niyo po yan. She's coming from Calgary, Alberta. And hello kay John Michael Abordo. Hello John, HNP, watching from Puerto Princesa. Good evening sa iyo, John. And abangan niyo po si John dito. Makakapanayam din po natin siya and a live up close and personal with them as well. And hello kay Melvin Daluna, our international makeup artist. Sabi niya, hello, Madam Mia. Hello. Good evening kay Sir Lito Calion from Fab Manila, Philippines. One of the biggest and legendary photographers, Filipino-Chinese group of photographers po, no, in correction. Si Sir Lito Calion ay ang ating napakasigasig na manunood. Araw-araw yan. And hello, kala ko si Grace Santiago na yung nag-guest eh. Malapit-lapit na. Actually, siya ang makakasama ko mag-co-host dito next week starting August. So abangan nyo po yan. Ano? Alright, I guess our beautiful lady coming from Mandaluyong is already here. Please welcome Joy Bacoma, the Miss World Philippines Mandaluyong. Hello, Joy.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Good evening, Mia. And good evening, Philippines. Thank you for having me today.
Hello, Joy. Ang ganda mo naman. Nakaka-in-love. Kahit babae ako, no? Nagkaka-crush ako sa kapwa ko girls. Pero not to the point na, lesbian ako, everyone. Alright, to all the viewers out there, please do stay tuned. Nandito na ang ating special guest coming from Mandaluyong. And if you are familiar with the Miss World Philippines, don't forget to follow all the social media accounts of Miss Joy Bacoma to support her journey in the Miss World Philippines. Malay natin siya na ang magiging next representative ng Philippines sa Miss World. Alright, and before anything else, Miss Joy, please do introduce yourself with us first.
So hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Joy 𝗠𝗶𝗹𝗚. I'm 22 years old and I'll be representing Mandaluyong City in this year's Miss World Philippines pageant. Thank you so much for watching and for tuning in. I hope you guys will enjoy this quick interview with Mia. And of course, you can ask your questions to me or post it down in the comment sections below and we'll answer that later.
All right. Thank you so much, Miss Joy. Okay, before we go to the most interesting part of this interview, and bago ang lahat sa pageantry, all right, I want to ask in your personal, I can see parang half American po ba kayo? No,
I actually don't have
Filipino.
any half.
Yes.
Pure Filipina, yes. My dad is from 𝗓𝗏, so Bisaya siya. My mama naman is from Tarlac, so Ilocana.
Okay,
So
but
it's
do
just a
you
good
know how
mix
to
of-
speak their dialects? Maybe you can greet everyone in their dialects.
I don't know, pero sa Bisaya, it's maayong gabi. Sa Ilocano naman is naimbag nga rabi. So,
All
I just know
right,
how to
okay.
speak that. Good evening, yes.
It's alright. And shout out to all our viewers from all around the Philippines. Marami tayong kababayan sa Tarlac and Dumaguete, sa Mindanao.
Hello.
Maayong gabi sa tanan. Ayan, no? Pero hindi po ako ganun ka-fluent sa Bisaya, but I can understand them fluently. Alright, Miss Joy, we would like to know more about you. How did you start with the
Sure.
pageantry? Ano ang pinagkakaabalahan mo ngayon? And are you single right now? You can answer it right now.
Okay, so with regard to the pageantry, I started joining pageants when I was in college. So I was just pushed by my friends to join because it's our last year in college, and they were like, "Oh, last year na, so maybe you can try joining." And then I did, and then I won, and then it started from that. So I started competing in college level, and then I went into the NCR, so regional levels, wherein I won and got qualified to join for the nationals. So I competed for Miss PASOK. It's Miss Philippine Association of State Universities and Colleges in the Philippines. Basically, all government-funded universities and colleges in the Philippines, wherein I finished as their title holder. And from there, I started to join the city pageants. I competed for Miss Mandaluyong in 2018, wherein I finished as first runner-up. in Pangasinan, wherein I also won the Limgas ng Pangasinan Environment title. And the recent pageant that I did was in 2019 before Miss World Philippines. It's Binibining Quezon City, wherein I won first runner-up. So that's where it all started. And then with regard to the second question, the preparations that I did, of course, there are lots of preparations for Miss World Philippines, especially now that it's a totally different pageant from what I've been doing for the past years. So I had to be prepared when it comes to the dresses, to the style, to how I present myself, to how I talk also. And with regard to the mental health, because I'm an advocate of that, I also take care of myself mentally because we cannot really please everyone. So there are negative comments, there are opinions about you that you don't really like. So I try my best to work on it and, of course, not be affected by the comments so that I can still give my best to the Miss World Philippines pageant stage. And with regard to the question if I'm single, I'm not single. I'm currently in a relationship right now.
All
I have a
right.
partner for almost 4 years.
Wow,
So
4 years.
we're going
That's very
strong.
long. Do you have any plans to get
Yeah.
married any sooner?
We are actually planning that part, but then not as soon as we decided
Yeah.
it to be, because I joined Miss World and then I kind of enjoy my career right now. So he's like supporting me all the way, and he's like, if you still want to join next year, if you're not going to win this year, or if you're going to win this year and we'll be competing for an international pageant, then I'll be waiting. He's ready to wait for me, and we're all set naman in the future, and we have already planned everything. So I don't see, or I don't feel any pressure with regard to marriage.
All right. But I think maybe your boyfriend will be the one na, no? And we hope that for you as well. Maybe he's
Hopefully.
watching right now. Like, shout out to boyfriend and Miss Joy. I hope you are watching. And if you can hear maybe later her messages for you, please do stay tuned. Thank you so much. All right, Miss Joy, mentioning the pandemic. All right.
Mhm.
Before anything else, pandemic, it's already been 1 year and parang
Mhm.
kalahating taon na, no? Parang magto 2
Yeah,
months na
one and
tayo,
a
if
half.
ever na
Mhm.
darating pa ng next year. But
Yes.
anong pinagkakaabalahan mo during this pandemic?
Actually, when the pandemic started, I was really devastated because I used to
Yeah.
do modeling. So it was put
Mm-hmm.
into stop, into a halt, because we cannot do events anymore. Entertainment industry just died in a snap of a finger because of a pandemic. And then I
Yes.
so decided to make use of my time by really focusing on exercising, watching series that I missed, and watching movies. And then I was blessed to be offered to work in the government way back 2020, June
Yeah.
2020. And then I gladly accepted the offer because first, I need financial means to survive, of
True,
course, in the
true.
living, especially when we're in the middle of the pandemic. Second
Correct.
is that I want to build my career. I want to grow still, even if we're experiencing something that is truly big enough to crush everyone. But then I was blessed, and right now I'm still working for them, and I'm so happy that I did.
Wow, wow, I love it. You are a role model of independent women out there. And a shout
Wow,
out to all the
thank you.
women, yes, all the girls out there,
Mhm.
young adults, especially to those who are still thinking what are their purpose in life. You know, guys, it doesn't mean kailangan nating maging maarte, ano? You know, pandemic, it's
Mhm.
inevitable. And we should learn
Yeah.
how to, accept our pride, and it's not masama naman to do any jobs as long as marangal, ano. We cannot
Yes.
avoid yung mga yun tulad nga na sinabi ni Miss Joy, we need financial, and we need to
Mhm.
survive during this kind of times. All right,
Yes.
Miss Joy, during the pandemic, I know a lot of people, especially the Philippines, they are experiencing mental, depression,
Mhm.
anxiety. People
Mhm.
are not really good because this pandemic has destroyed a lot of things. Love life, no?
Mhm.
Pasok na natin yung love life dyan. Negosyo, na maraming nawala ng work, and
Mhm.
also pamilya, maraming nasirang pamilya, and maraming namamatay during this
Mhm.
pandemic. How do you cope up with the situation, Miss Joy, and how did you inspire yourself, encourage to be strong enough. And I believe your advocacy is about mental health awareness as well,
Yes,
diba?
mental health.
Yes.
Yes. Well, at first, I did not really try to like make positive make a positive outlook
Yes.
on things because it's really
True.
negative. We cannot deny the fact that it destroyed everything. It really ruined a lot of plans. It put
True.
everything into hold. So I decided, since I'm working in the government, why not involve myself with causes that would truly help our countrymen? And so I started joining groups or organizations that reach out to people who are truly devastated, especially in the middle of a pandemic. There happened to be a typhoon way back
Yes.
in October and November. So I
Mm-mm.
joined that causes. We went to 𝗕𝗂. We give out 𝗕𝗓𝗄. We give out relief packs to those who were devastated by the typhoon, and also those who were affected by the pandemic. And so I started joining that causes. I started to get myself involved, and I started to use my influence as a person to be able to help other people. And then I learned that it is the most powerful act that you can do, to share your time, to give effort,
Yeah.
and to really inspire them by putting into work what you believe in. And that is helping them, making their lives easier and alleviating their hardships by being there for them, by being the hand for them, by lending them your hand for them to hold. So that's what I did. And with regard to mental health, since I'm advocating for it, I'm truly an advocate for it. Ever since I was diagnosed as depressed and with anxiety way back in 2019, I started talking more about my experiences. I started to reach out to people. I started to check on them, to check on my friends, to check on my family. And that is the bravest thing to do, to be open, to reach out, and to really listen to those people who need you, to those people who need you. And I think that made the biggest difference for me because I was able to help them even if we are in the same situation. I was able to make changes, positive changes,
Mm-mm.
into other people's lives by just being there for them. And I think that's the most important lesson I learned, being there and not just a voice but also a woman of action.
All right. So you yourself as well is not only parang kinlay mo lang na depressed ka, but you are talagang diagnosed as
Yes,
depressed. So
I was
you
diagnosed.
yourself experienced that. So that is
Yes.
also why you support the advocacy. Okay, mentioning the advocacy.
Mm-hmm.
The pandemic. Yes, yes, a lot of people being stressed and
Mm-hmm.
doesn't know what to do during the pandemic, and
Mm-hmm.
they are always thinking how to survive every day. Yun na
Yes.
yung pinaka-focus natin eh. Especially here in the Philippines, we are a third world country, and it's
Mm-hmm.
really hard to keep up every day,
Mm-hmm.
to put food on the table. So, Miss Joy, is there any realizations you realized during staying at home during this pandemic last year until now? Do you have any realizations? May mga natutunan ka ba during this kind of situation?
There are lots of lessons that I've really learned and put into action. And first is that nothing is permanent in this world. And that is the biggest lesson that everyone learned, that in a snap, everything can change. And with that
Yes.
realization, I was able to push myself further into fighting for the causes that I truly believe in and also for improving myself. I took the time to really set everything straight, that this is my plan. It did not go well, it did not end well, it didn't go as planned, but I guess it's just the start of everything. And from there, you can start improving yourself. And I think, with regard to our countrymen who are being affected by the hardships, I think the biggest lesson that I learned is being there for them. It is really being there. It is really lending your time, sharing your influence to them, that you
Yes.
can, that doing whatever you can to help them, to alleviate their sufferings, and to be able to really walk with them hand in hand, getting out of the dark that we've been in. And I think that's one of the biggest lessons that I've learned talaga. Yun talaga is
Mm-hmm.
being there, because I have worked as a public servant last year lang naman.
Yes.
But then I
Mm-mm.
was able to experience everything. I was able to meet a lot of people, and it made me realize that somehow I'm still lucky. And I don't see it as something positive, because if I consider myself lucky, then there are people who are suffering. There are people who had it worse. And I don't feel good about it. When I realize that I'm still lucky, I used my influence, I used my platform to reach out to those people, for them to be also considered as lucky, for them to be also considered as blessed, or for them to also reach the kind of life that any person in the world deserves to have. And that is living a life at peace.
All right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I come up with this question, Miss Joy. Since you
Mm-hmm.
mentioned you are a public servant as well as
Mm-hmm.
you are a beauty queen, I want to
Yeah.
know what are the advantages or disadvantages as a beauty queen. At the same time, you are also a public servant.
I think the advantages is that you have a lot of connections. The influence, you cannot really deny it. Whenever I need something,
Yes.
whenever I'm doing a project, I can just easily tap in the organizations that I would like to work
Mm-mm.
in. I can use my office name. I can use the name of my boss that I'm working for with regard to like
Yeah.
materializing all the plans that I'm doing. And
Mm-hmm.
also when it comes to disadvantages, it's that it's just my personal opinion about this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I work in the government, and yet I'm a big critic of the government. I'm very vocal about my opinion. I'm very vocal
Yes.
about my insights or whatever changes I want to like see in the government. So it's really hard, like working in the government and then being a critic of it. But then
Mm-hmm.
the beautiful thing about that is I I stand up for what I believe in, and that makes me a good beauty queen. And I can see things from two perspectives. I'm a public servant, which serves the people, and I'm a beauty queen, which fights for the people, who fights for the people. And I think I'm in the perfect position to really alleviate or to help people because I'm I'm working in the government, and yet I have the platform of a beauty queen. Combining it together, I can reach wider platform. I can be in a wider
Yes.
platform, reaching more people, influencing more people to work with me so that we can alleviate the lives of the people here in the Philippines. We can help them progress, and we can give them a better future.
All right. Okay. I love your answer. Yes, to all the
Yeah.
viewers out there, being a public servant is really useful because you have
Mm-hmm.
access to a wider platform. You can
Mm-hmm.
maximize your reach. At the same time, kung beauty queen ka, yes, a lot of beauty queens, na most of all, because not
Yes.
all beauty queens kasi merong purpose and advocacy. Some just join because they want fame or something. But
Yeah.
like Miss Joy, they have a purpose. They support advocacies, and it's really useful for them to use this platform to reach a lot of people, especially no beauty queen. You should be a voice for everyone. Okay, but anything
Mm.
every before anything else, no, bago tayo mapunta dun sa
Mm.
ating pinakatanong, let's be back
Okay.
after this short break, Miss Joy. Okay, everyone.
Sure.
Guys, tayo nagbabalik dito sa Gusi Talks Philippines, the up close and personal. Once again, my name is Mia and I'm your host for this evening's episode. And also, we are together with our special guest from Miss World Philippines, Mandaluyong City. So please welcome back Miss Joy Barcoma. Hello, Miss Joy.
Hello. Hello,
All right.
everyone.
Okay, let's go back naman sa pageantry. Okay, speaking
Mhm.
with Miss World Philippines, how did you come up with this pageantry? Paano ka nakasali dito? Who encouraged you? Who pushed you through? And if yes, why did you choose this pageant of all the big pageants around the Philippines?
Um, Okay, so someone pushed me to join Miss World Philippines because they're really pushing me to join any pageants soon, because I've joined a lot of pageants because in the past. And so
Yeah,
they
yeah.
were like, join a national pageant. My team decided to like push me to join a national pageant, and it was like, no, I don't really want to do pageants. I'm not yet ready. I'm too young, and then. But then when I saw the situation last year, I
Yes.
knew I had to be ready. I knew I had to get up on stage and to talk about my experience and other people's experiences for me to be able to make a change, for me to be able to make a positive difference, and for me to be
Mm.
able to contribute to the progress that I'd want to see in the world. And so I decided to join. My boss supported me, my team supported me, all my office mates supported me, and my friends even, and my family. So then I decided to get ready. I decided to prepare myself for the journey. And thankfully, I was hailed. I was considered as one of the official candidates of Miss World Philippines. And so the journey began. I think I chose Miss World out of all the big pageants out there, mainly because they are looking for an ambassadress of
Yeah.
change. They are looking for someone who has an advocacy and is really eager enough to work with the
Mhm.
organization. It's not just about beauty. It's not just about who is the most intelligent, who is the most beautiful, who's the most sexy women here
Yes.
on stage. It's about the woman who has a purpose. It's about a woman who has the heart for change, who has heart for the people, and who has a heart that beats for the community. And I think I consider myself as that woman. And so I decided to take my shot and join Miss World.
All right. Okay. Can you tell us, Miss Joy, what are your preparations in the Miss World Philippines competition, and ano yung mga pinaglalabanan niyo sa competition, and when will it be held, the coronation night?
Okay, so far I've been preparing for the we had several challenges, and for you to be able to get or to clinch one of um to be the winner of one of those challenges, you
Yes.
automatically get to be in the top 25. And so I've been
Mm-hmm.
working on that, and now I'm preparing myself for the head-to-head challenge. It's one of the fast track challenge of Miss World Philippines, wherein you have to compete with almost all of the candidates, talk about what you believe in. It's like a debate, and whoever wins that round gets to the top 25 automatically. So I'm preparing myself for that. We also
Okay.
have the beach beauty competition. It's one of the fast tracks also. Judge,
Mm-hmm.
judge it's a judging of beauty and body, poise, your
Yes, yes.
confidence.
And
There's
sorry to
also
interrupt, Miss Joy. Is this
mhm.
a virtual pageant?
No, it's not. It's gonna.
No. Okay.
I'm
So
gonna
it's an
tell
actual.
the yes. It's an
Yes,
actual
yes.
live pageant finally. But
All
then,
right.
so we have 10 fast track challenges: the head to head, the beach beauty. We're also doing the long gown.
Yeah.
We also have the national costume, first time in Miss World, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We also have the sports challenge, which concluded last July 1, I think. And the winner of that sports challenge will be announced on the coronation day. We also have the Miss Charity. It's to support our cause. We have a charity gala night, so whoever wins Miss Charity automatically gets to the top 25 also. And there are lots of challenges
Mm-hmm.
aside from
Mm-hmm.
those 6 that I have mentioned that I'm really preparing myself for, because this is no ordinary competition. We are really
Yes.
competing for a crown. We are really competing for a spot to be able to represent our country in an international stage. And for you to be
Mm-hmm.
able to do that, you have to be a woman of substance. You have to be a woman who is prepared, who is intelligent,
Correct.
and who really is ready to get the crown and to compete for the world. And also, as for the coronation night, it's going to happen on July 25. It's going to be live.
Mm-hmm.
But we are still considering the IATF guidelines if they're going to allow us to have audience. But
Yeah.
one thing is for sure, it's going to be aired on GMA 7 at 10 p.m. In the evening. It's going to be a live telecast of Miss World Philippines pageant. So we're um we're competing for 7 crowns. It's
Yeah.
Miss Tourism, Miss Environment, Miss Eco Teen, Miss Eco International, Miss Supranational, Reina Hispano-Americana, and of course the Miss World Philippines crown and 2 runners-up. So 9 spots for girls will be like lucky on July 25.
Wow. So there's a lot of crowns pala na pwede nilang
Yes.
makuha. And all of these crowns are going to international pageant, right?
I think so, the 6 crowns. But for the
Mm.
7th crown, we're not really
Yep.
sure if it's gonna happen this year or next year because we have to consider also the pandemic. So,
All right.
but every crown is a worthy crown, and I think that this
True.
is not ordinary crown. Really, we're
Yes.
talking about international crowns. So I'm really looking
Correct.
forward
Yes.
to
Yes.
clinching one at least on coronation night.
Okay, but if I'm going to ask you, Miss Joy, syempre, no,
Mhm.
you are now preparing, and you mentioned that a queen should be prepared, a winner should be
Mhm.
prepared with
Yes.
substance. If I'm going to ask you this question, you yourself, are you prepared na ba to win the Miss World
Yes,
Philippines?
of
Wow.
course. The moment I stepped on the screening stage, I knew I was prepared. I knew I was ready for this. And I knew that this journey is going to be worth it. So I've put everything aside. I've put all my efforts in this pageant. I've you know, I've sacrificed a lot, I've struggled, and then I think getting 1 crown will be my reward. So let's see in July 25.
Okay, another more question for you, because I want the viewers to know
Mhm.
this answer from a beauty queen. Okay, Joy.
Mhm.
If you are to say your opinion, what should a beauty queen? What qualities should a
Okay.
beauty queen possess?
I think it should be driven. You should be driven, passionate, and of course, kind. If you are driven, you will do anything. You will do anything for it. You'll prepare yourself for it. You'll prepare everything. You have to make yourself ready if you are driven. Also, if you
Yes.
are passionate, if it's your passion, then everything that you'll do will be coming out of love. And everything that you do because of love is something beautiful. And I think that's one of the things that a queen should possess. And also kindness. Kindness is what makes our world a better place to live in. If someone is kind enough, then she'll be able to make differences that will really make the world a better place to live in, that will really make the world somehow kinder, somehow a better place for us to interact with each other, a better place for us to learn from each other. And I think if someone is kind enough, then I think she deserves to be a queen.
All right. Thank you so much, Miss Joy. All right. Okay.
Thank
In
you.
regards with your advocacy, the
Mm-hmm.
mental health awareness is really relatable nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
since pandemic has struck a lot of people, not only in the Philippines but around the world, are
Mm-hmm.
affected. Ano? Not only financial,
Mm-hmm.
mentally, physically. Okay. So how are you going to maximize your reach? How are you going to parang iput mo yung effort and to make your purpose true, if you are given a chance to be a winner and funded by the government and the organization, if ever you win, Miss
Yeah.
World Philippines. So how are you going to make this dream and advocacy come true?
I'm actually not waiting for me to win to be able to materialize all the plans that I've been doing for my advocacy because I'm already a region head. I handle the Calabar zone for Youth for Mental Health Coalition, and what I do there, even without funding, even without a crown on my head, I talk to the councilors, I talk to city councilors, city mayors, barangays, SK chairmans. I work with them, I team up with them so that we will be able to educate people from their respective areas. We create
Yes.
projects in their respective areas and build peer support groups. I think that's the most important part. We create groups per barangay so that youth can come up to their barangays and talk about their experiences. They can have a support group in their community. And I think that's what I'm really building. And even without a crown on my head, even without the funding from the government or from the organization, I was able to do that. Imagine if I have a crown, if I will be funded, of how much more projects can we materialize, how much more people
Yes.
can we help. And I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to making my big plans come true in the future, which is to build an organization or to strengthen my organization right now, to reach more people, to give them support, and to be able to help them get out of their current situations. I think that's the most important part that I'm really looking forward to.
Okay, so you are going to team up with a lot of organizations. Yes, I believe with that. No, you cannot help others with only with yourself. You need
Yes.
other hands to help you to bring out the
Yes.
best and the biggest purpose no that you can do for everyone.
Mm.
Okay, shout out to Miss Nessa Isenhart. She's watching today and she has a question for you, Joy. Sabi
Mm.
niya, if you will be given the chance to be the next Miss World Philippines, what platform can you use to promote your title and the organization itself? Wow, that's a nice question.
Yes, I think I'm going to use my organization. It's used for Mental Health Coalition, PH, and it's a very established organization. It's one of the organizations that helped champion the mental health law, which was passed on July 21, 2018. So I think if I'm going to be able to like clinch a crown of Miss World Philippines, I'm going to use that opportunity to partner up with my organization to reach more people to help, to be able to normalize talking about mental health issues, and to be able to reach people who needs us, who needs someone to listen, who needs someone to be able to open up their struggles, their experiences, and to be able to progress as a nation who treats mental health as important as our overall well-being. Because what people don't know is that mental health is also part of our health. It should be our topmost priority because it what's keep us going. It what's make us human. So I think if I'm going to be able to win Miss World crown, I'll be doing the same thing that I'm doing now.
All right. Thank you so much, Miss Joy. I hope, Miss Nessa, you got the answer from Miss Joy. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. One more question from our YouTube netizen, Mr. Mark Joseph. Sabi niya,
Mm.
aside from mental health, what advocacy you consider promoting? Oh, yes.
Oh,
That's
it's
nice.
sustainability actually. I've been working with AFP, Armed Forces of the
Mm-hmm.
Philippines. It's
Yes, yes.
so I'm part of their Kawal Pinoy organization where and we promote sustainability by the use of urban farming. So
Mm-hmm.
we make gardens, urban gardens in the urban areas. So we plant vegetables, we plant plants that can be eaten, so edible plants. So that's what we do in the communities, and I started that project long before pa, so last year pa. So we do
Okay, so
gardens
you're more of an eco-loving din pala.
no, not so much naman, but then
Not so
I
much.
just yeah, I
Mm.
just
You just
learned that
love that kind of
that
ano.
idea.
Mm-mm.
Yes, of course I love the environment, but I'm more into the sustainability side for the people to
Mm-mm.
learn how to provide for their own selves, to fend for their own selves. And by the use of urban farming, they can get food whenever they want struggle even just for a day, they can just get their food there for the dinner.
True.
So that's what we promote talaga. And then I've learned that kasi 'di ba we had a community pantry
Yes.
where people had to line up, and then if the supply is gone na, you
Not
cannot
that.
get
Oh, yes,
anything.
yes.
But when
True.
you teach people how to make their own food, when you teach people how to plant their own food, then in the future we won't really have a problem when it comes to the food that we're going to be eating. We're not going to be
True.
'di ba? So that's what I'm really looking forward for, and um that's what I'm really promoting right now. And I've been working with that, and the most I think the proudest moment that I had was in a barangay in Mandaluyong. They were able to build a fish pond. So
Wow.
it's yeah, so we had a project with Mandaluyong. We had a community bakery. So we bake mga pandesal, Spanish bread, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then we give them to the people of in the barangay, in the community, in exchange for a bottle of plastic. So that's what we
Okay.
do. And then the plastic bottles that we were able to get, we use that naman to plant naman mga edible plants. And we give
Mm-hmm.
them to the community also. Kapag napatubo nila yon, they give it back to us. We're gonna give them a fish. So it's sustainable.
Parang barter type. Okay.
Yes.
Wow, ang ganda
So
naman ng project na iyan, Miss Joy. Buti, thank you
yes.
so much sa ating YouTube netizen for asking that. I
Diba?
didn't come up with that question. No? Di nalaman
Mm,
natin that Miss Joy
yes.
is also promoting this advocacy, sustainability. And yes, you are teaching people, especially mga Pinoy, no, na nabansagan kasi
Mm.
tayo yung most sa atin is huwan tamad. Parang ang hilig natin maging
Oo.
dependent sa mga exports.
Yes.
And yes, ang mahal din kasi ng mga vegetables but pag
Totoo.
galing din sa ano, pero kung
Nagmahal.
kaya nating gumawa ng sarili nating food, kahit din nasa labas na ba, pwede naman tayong
Yes.
tanim. Meron nga may
Mm.
nag-aalaga nga chicken and also
Totoo.
'di ba sa kanilang bahay lang.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Another question from our netizens.
Mm-hmm.
Ayan, nagdadamihan na sila. Hello kay June Hector Nailgas. Tama ba? Na
Oh, wow.
Elgas. Sabi
Mm-hmm.
niya, when is it okay to be not okay? And when
Mm-hmm.
is it not okay to be not okay? Tama ba yung tanong mo?
Yeah, I think it's correct. It was
Yes,
asked
yes.
sa Binibining Pilipinas by Tito
True.
Boy Abunda. This is a very controversial question, but it is okay to be not okay. If you're going through something, if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling sad, it's okay to be not okay because you're just human. You feel
True.
emotions, you feel things, and you have to deal with it. And so it is okay not to be okay, but it is not okay to be not okay if you just decide to stay on your situation, if you decide to not progress as a person, if you decide to not change whatever situation you're currently in. So it is not okay to be not okay to settle the to things that are bringing you down. So I think that's how I view this question.
Okay, I love your answer. I hope some of
Thank you.
the viewers heard that answer from Miss. And thank you so much, June, for your wonderful question. That is
Thank you.
coming from Tito Boy, ha, from the
Yeah,
Binibining
Tito
Pilipinas. It's a
Boy.
tricky question, but may laman siya. Meron siyang aral na dala. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and also, yung answer ni Miss Joy is also connected and ang tawag nito, parang connected sa pag-educate mo sa mga
Mm-hmm.
tao sa paligid, not only kabataan, but those people who are experiencing being
Mm-hmm.
feeling down right now,
Yeah.
being unproductive. Okay lang naman maging sarili
Mm-hmm.
mo ikaw in a day. But tama din yung sinabi ni Miss Joyce, not okay din na parang doon ka na lang. Parang hahayaan mo na
Mm-hmm.
lang yung sarili mo sa isang tabi and you're not helping yourself. Yun ang hindi okay. You should encourage
Yes.
yourself as well. Push yourself to do more, to be better yourself, no?
Mm-hmm.
Ayan. Sabi niya, Tati Nepomuceno, bring it down, Miss Mandaluyong. Wow! And
Thank you,
we
Miss
are
Tati.
we're looking forward sa you, Miss Mandaluyong. I love how articulate you are. You are well
Thank
spoken,
you. Thank
humble,
you.
at napakaganda pa. So I hope
Thank you,
one of the
Mia.
crowns you can bring it home dito sa Philippines. All
Thank
right.
you,
And
Mia.
another question, sabi ni Miss Nessa is in heart. Another question, you have a very strong empowerment ang sabi niya, vibes. Oh, empowerment vibes. You have a very strong empowerment vibes all you do. How do you think you can contribute to women's society? Wow, napakaganda.
Wow, that's what I've been telling earlier. I'm just not a woman with a voice. I'm a woman of action. And with that, I am empowering women by making sure that we take spaces in the society. We fill spaces that needs to be filled by the power that we embody as a human, as a woman also. That we can also do what other people can do. We can also fight for the things we believe in. And that started long ago when we earned the right to suffrage, when we earned the right to vote, when we earned the right to work in whatever field we choose to be in. And I think I can contribute to that by being a woman of action that pushes further with whatever cause that I truly want to work for, by being a woman of change, and by being a woman who has a dedication into making a difference in this world.
All right, that's a nice question. And sabi din ni Ver Fiagalan. Okay, bring it down everyone. You can now drop your questions down below at sasagutin po ni Miss Joy yan ng Miss World Philippines Mandaluyong. Okay, from Ver Fiagalan. Sabi niya, do you consider running for a political post in the future? Wow,
Oh my
ha?
God. A lot of people have been asking me that. No, wala akong planong tumakbo sa gobyerno. No,
O
I
kayo
don't see
ang
myself as a
tricky ninyo
I don't
Parang
see
pinupush
myself
niyo
as
pa si
a
Miss Joy.
lawmaker. Not a
Yes.
lawmaker. I see
Mm.
myself as a lawyer, not a lawmaker.
Lawyer.
Yes,
Okay.
I want to
Not
fight
into
for the
politics.
not into politics. I love to work in the government because it's a work for the people. But then
Yeah.
if it's gonna be, for a political
Bigger, higher
post, or
position.
no,
Hindi na.
because I can still make changes just by being a normal person. And I think by being a lawyer, I can fight for the people who are experiencing injustice. I can fight for the people who are experiencing inequality. And I can
All
fight for the
right.
people to have spaces also in the society to be able to live their lives the way they are supposed to. And I I think I'm contented with that. I'm not gonna go for for something higher. It's too
Okay.
much for me.
Yes, 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 oo. Oo, nakakatakot kaya na magsenador ka 'no, ang dami mong makakalaban dun, guys. Okay,
That's
thank you so much for
true.
that wonderful question, Ver. And also, as you mentioned 'no, tama yung sinabi ni Miss Joy to it also applies to everyone 'no, even being a simple person na hindi you
Mm,
don't need to be well-known and famous to do
yes.
greater jobs to help others. You
Yes.
can be a simple person and still help your kapitbahay, neighbors, do
Mm,
simple work. Yeah, totoo naman yung sinabi
yes.
ni Miss Joy. Another
Totoo.
question from
Mm-hmm.
Tati Nepomuceno. Sabi niya, tell us
Mm-hmm.
about what you do. You are now talk of the town in a social media world. How does it feels leading a different career?
It actually feels empowering for me that I'm able to do my passion. I'm still able to do my work, both both at the same time. So I think
Yeah.
it is really my ikigai. I really believe in ikigai. It's a Japanese belief that if you're gonna be able to like do your mission and your passion, your vision and your vocation in life, all four together, then that is your ikigai. In being a public servant and a beauty queen at the same time, then I think I've already reached that point. I was able to push with what I love. I'm able to do what I love and to, be just be myself in the process. I'm not losing
Yeah.
myself in the process. And I think that's the
True.
most rewarding thing. And so I think it's empowering.
All right. Okay, another question. Naku, dumagdag si Miss Nessa, ha? Dumadami ang iyong question, madam. Sabi niya, how about pag-aartista? Are you in for that as well? Like Rabia, she wanted to be an actress. Ay, oo. I can see you have this celebrity look and pag-aartista. Do you want to join showbiz world, Miss Joy?
Of course, if I will be given an opportunity, who am I to say no, diba? It's an opportunity that a lot of people are not being presented to. But if I'm like to make a personal choice, I'm not really looking forward to going to that path
Yeah.
of career. Because I'm really looking forward to fulfilling my childhood dream of being a lawyer. And also, what I don't like about being an artist is that you have to please the people. You have to be a certain person just to be able to be liked, just to be able to be loved. And I am not
Yes.
that kind of person. I want to be out there. I want to be on stage, or I want to lead whatever career I'm leading. And that they should see the woman that I really am.
Mm-mm.
And I don't want to fake that personality. I don't want to go out there and
You
have
don't
to.
want to pretend, no?
Yeah, I don't
Mm-mm.
want to do that. If I am to be
Mm-mm.
an artista, I want to be the artista that is really relatable, that is human,
Yeah.
that people can really see themselves to, that they can say na, oh, parang ako lang din pala siya, tao lang din pala
Mm-mm.
siya. And I know
Yes.
that if I'm gonna do that now, it's really impossible. So I'm not considering that option as of now.
Oh, okay. I love that
Mm-hmm.
answer. Oh, no, you know, to all the viewers, when it comes to showbiz kasi, kapag doon ka nagtrabaho, you will always pretend that you are fine, you are okay.
Mm-hmm.
Pag kasi hindi ka okay, naku, ang daming issue na ibabanat sa'yo. And
Yes.
it also affects your mental health, no?
Yes,
Hindi
it's
okay.
true.
But believe ako sa mga artista, ano, saludo ako sa
Yeah.
kanila because just to make people happy,
Mm-hmm.
people to be inspired, they do their best na to look okay para lang
Yes.
maging yun nga maging like sila ng tao or maybe because they want to inspire people na maging masaya kahit nasa bahay lang sila. We watch TVs, we Filipinos love telenovelas,
Yes.
ayan no. Yun yung maganda, yung mga telenovelas, mga pinapanood nating
Totoo.
series. But most of the time parang lagi ka nagpe-pretend you should always be okay and fine and camera ready. So, yun ang hindi gusto
Mhm.
ni Miss Joy, okay? So, hindi siya mag-artista, guys. Ayan, one more question from Jean Natura. Sabi niya, hello, Ate Joy. Question, in your opinion, what steps or measures need to be taken to eradicate poverty in our country? Wow, ang ganda ng
Wow.
question yan.
Poverty eradication has been a really long problem, long overdue problem in the Philippines, not just in the Philippines, but in the whole world. And I think for us to be
Yes.
able to make changes, to take a step back and really make progress in eradication of poverty, we really need to focus on education. And with that, we have to partner up with the government. We have to push further with the improvement when it comes to our education system. We have to give equal rights, equal opportunities to all the Filipino people for them to be able to get the right education that we need. And I think that's the first step that is that we need to really push further with. That is the first step that we need to take. And for us to be able to do that, we have to come together, push further with with these changes by pushing the government to do more, by influencing them to do better. And I think we can achieve poverty eradication in the future if we will only work together as a country.
But do you believe that us as a community, we have also obligations as people, no, na we should contribute to changes in the Philippines? Not only in the
Yes.
Philippines, but the whole world, di ba?
Of course, that is why it's important that we come together, because anything that sticks together is much stronger than just
True.
doing things alone. And you know, the saying goes that if everyone will just walk together, then we will come to a destination that we will all want to be in, and that is progress. That is a generation of change, and that is what I want to achieve. And by that, I encourage everyone to be more responsible, to be more involved in the causes, and to be a citizen that has voices also, that is aiming for
Mm-mm.
change. And for us to be able to do that, we have to reach out to people. We have to encourage them to talk. We have to encourage them to push with the changes that they want to see in the future. And we have to push them to be better, to be a better citizen for the nation.
Alright, tama naman. Okay, yan sa mga viewers natin. I hope you heard the answer of Miss Joy, the Miss World Philippines Mandaluyong. We as Filipinos, we as a community, and
Mm-hmm.
we should be also responsible with our actions. Kailangan
Mm-hmm.
tulong-tulong tayo. Ito yung sinasabi
Yes.
nilang KKK, no?
Bayanihan.
Yes, bayanihan. Ayun. Oh, meron pang isang question, but I don't know it relates with this worldly pandemic. Pero sabi ni Mark Joseph, I wanna know your skincare routine. Please share it with us.
I don't actually have a skincare routine. You know, like,
O yan,
this is
para
just
ma-view niyo yung beauty ni Miss Joy. Ayan.
No, I don't have any skincare routine. It's just water, soap lang. Tapos pag naliligo, ganon. Pero yung
True
religiously
True yun,
talaga,
Miss Joy. You
di
need to
ba?
drink 8 or
Lots of
more
water.
glasses. Yes, oo. Nakaka-drain ng skin, guys. Yun yung
Yes.
totoong glow up. At huwag ka kasing
Mm.
magpuyat. Eh, naman sasabi ko sa iyo, Mark.
Totoo. Bawal magpuyat. So,
True.
yun lang siya.
Okay. Oo nga, tsaka pagtapos ng pandemic, baka pagtapos ng pandemic, saka pupuyat mo, ending niya may anemic ka na. Di ba? Okay. Sabi ni EA, ayan, meron pa siyang question. How do you prepare yourself during these times for the Miss World Philippines? Yes, I didn't ask pala. How do you prepare? Do you train catwalk and stuff like that? Ay, nawala si Miss Joy. Ayan, antayin natin siya habang nagre-re-enter siya ng link na aksidente niya yatang na-exit. Ayan. And one more question from Jean Kate Natura. Another question, Ate Joy. If you could break one rule, what rule that be? Ayan. Napakaganda ng mga question. But before that, babalik po ako after this short break. Babalik here on Gusi Talks Philippines, the up close and personal. Thank you so much, guys, for joining with us. At nagbabalik ang ating Miss World Philippines Mandaluyong City. Good evening, Miss Joy. Ayan.
Hi,
Nawala
good evening,
siya.
Mia. I'm really sorry. We really have an intermittent signal here now.
It's okay, it's
I'm
okay.
really sorry.
Okay. Ayan,
Like,
akala ng mga netizens na wala ka na nagbabay. Alright, hindi pa
Nagulat
guys,
din.
hindi pa tapos si Miss Joy to answer your questions. Eto na, sabi ni EA, how do you prepare yourself during this time for the Miss World Philippines? Ayan.
So in the middle of pandemic, it's really much harder because before we used to go to certain studios, to certain camps,
True.
that girls have camps to just to train. But in these times, we have to do everything online. Even the trainings, even the
Yes.
passerella trainings, even the Q&A trainings, we have to do everything online, and we are very limited to certain places lang, and we
Mm-mm.
cannot really go to lots of places like we do before. So I think that's one of the hardest part of training right now, and also money wise.
Mm-mm.
What people don't know is that we actually spend for us to be able to get into the competition. All the preparations require spending, food,
True.
transportation, training fees. Everything is included in that, and I think it's very much harder to prepare for any pageant, not just for Miss World. If we are in the middle of the pandemic and you're affected, you lost your
Yes.
job, you do not have
True.
any income, so that's one thing. And so I'm just so blessed. I'm just so lucky, like what I've told you earlier, that I was able to really find work. I was really supported by my office, by my boss, into making this dream of mine possible and to making my
Mm.
dream come true. And so with regard to the preparation, it's not that really hard, but then the stress is really there, the pressure is there. And because this is your dream, because this is your passion, you just tend to like live with it. You just tend to go through it, and you just tend to do everything that you can just to be able to prepare yourself to get ready for the competition, and to be able to say to yourself that I'm ready, I'm here to get the crown, and I'm more than ready to be a representative of the Philippines in an international stage.
All right, Miss Joy, I forgot to ask this question. This
Mm-hmm.
question might be intriguing. It's up to you if you want
Okay.
to answer this
Sure.
or not. But okay, so of all the Miss World Philippines candidates, and you're one of them, who do you think,
Mm.
which cities do you think is have the edge or sa tingin mong mas malakas mong makakalaban during the competition?
I really, if I'm really younger, if I'm a much younger person, I would really name names. But now, what I learned in this competition is that we are in the same game. We are in the same competition. We do not hold any edge. We do not
Yeah,
hold any advantage when it comes to the crown, to getting the crown, because you don't really know. It's up to the judges' hands in the coronation night if they are really deserving to win. And so I'm really focusing on myself right now, and I can see that the other girls are doing that as well. They are preparing
yeah.
themselves. They are really pushing further with what they believe in, also for the causes. They are preparing with their Q&As, with their passerellas, with their advocacies, and they are also ready, just like me. So I don't think I can really pinpoint someone in particular or girls in particular with regard to who am I really competing with, because I'm not here to compete with the girls. I'm here to
Yes.
compete for the crown.
All right. Okay, you heard that answer. I love the way you answer, Miss Joy. I'm really
Thank you.
satisfied with what you told because some other beauty queens, I already questioned a lot of pageant kings and queens, and
Mm-mm.
they still mention names, maybe because they're just nasasabi naman nila na they adore their
Yeah.
co-candidates because of their preparation, best of themselves. But you are answering the right way as a beauty queen. I love it.
Thank
And
you.
I hope Direct Primo is watching right now. He is the pageant critic of this vlog. And thank you for giving me an opportunity to interview Miss Joy Barcoma.
Thank
All right, to
you.
everyone, idea lang, no? To all the viewers, if you are in the beauty pageant, you don't compete with others. Katulad ng nasabi ni Miss Joy, she did not join the pageant to compete with the girls. She compete for the crown. And also,
Yeah.
at the same time, you are competing with yourself because you want
Yes.
to challenge yourself. What you can do
Mm-hmm.
more, what can
Yeah.
you offer to all the people.
Yeah.
All right. And also, thank you so much, Direct Primo. Ayan, nanonood nga siya. Hello, so Direct. Ayan, may question siya sa'yo, Miss Joy. Sabi niya, so far, there are, ang tawag nun, different titles will be given during the
Mm.
final night of Miss World Philippines. What title will be fit and you prepare for yourself? Yes,
I'm
and you
really
mentioned, diba, 7 crowns.
7 crowns. I'm really preparing for Miss World, hence the hashtag joy to the world.
Yes.
Mainly because the advocacy of Miss World not just Miss World Philippines, but the Miss World organization is beauty with a purpose. And I
Yeah.
believe that I have been working with my purpose long before I joined any competition, long before I joined Miss World Philippines. And so I think I'm really fit for the crown. And if I don't see myself fit for the crown, I wouldn't bother joining any pageant, because
True.
I wouldn't join any pageant if I don't see myself worthy for the crown. If I don't see
True.
myself as the woman that they need to be, the representation of the organization, or the representative of the organization. And just like what I told earlier, they're looking for an ambassadress of change, ambassadress that can really work with the organization into making changes, not just in their community, but to the whole world. And I think that's what I'm really aiming for.
True. Oo, yan. Yes, to all the viewers out there, totoo yun, no? Why are you going to spend your effort and waste
Mm-mm.
your time to join pageant kung alam mo naman na hindi ka prepared?
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't believe in yourself. Tama yung sinabi ni Miss Joy. If she sees herself as the winner, she push it through and she can do it. And also,
Yeah.
guys, before I forget, please do follow Miss Joy Barcoma on all her social media accounts. Meron din
Thank
siyang fan
you.
page sa Instagram, and please let us watch her journey to the Miss World Philippines, and I hope hindi lang sa 7 crowns siya mapasok, kundi siya mismo ang maging Miss World
Oh,
Philippines in
thank
the
you.
international. All right. And another question from Miss Nessa Isenard. I think this is the last question you will be answering. Thank you so much to
Mhm.
all the viewers out there for joining us. Sabi ni Miss Ness, what camp do you belong and who trained with your pasarelas and catwalk and pageant walk?
I don't really belong in a certain camp right now. I decided to go independent, mainly because I want to give my friends, my mentors, an opportunity to be able to be named once I was grad, or once I have a spot in the international or national stage. And so I am independent right now. And for the trainings, my Q&A is I'm being trained by an attorney friend, Attorney 𝗕𝗓𝗓𝗓. For my passerelle, I'm being trained by Ange Centeno, by O'Neill Cauzon, 𝗕𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓. So a lot of people are really collaborating and sharing their ideas to me, so that I can improve as a person, not just as a beauty queen, but as a person. And that's what
Mm.
I really like about this one, because I get to work with a lot of people. I get to be influenced also by them, because this is a journey that I just don't get to influence others. This is also a journey wherein I learn, I get to be influenced, I get to be inspired, and I get to be motivated by the people around me.
All right. You know what, Miss Joy, as a host of this up close and personal, I learned more about you. I learned how you your perspectives in life. And you know what? I can say to all the viewers, Miss Joy is really prepared to win
Oh,
and
thank
get the
you.
crown of Miss
Thank
World
you.
Philippines. I love your confidence. You know,
Oh,
at the
thank
same
you.
time, you are humble. You're not that really parang medyo mahangin na beauty queen. I
Mhm.
love you. You know, and
Thank you,
you know what?
Mia.
We will support you all the way through some Miss World Philippines, Miss Joy. And thank
Thank
you so
you.
much for giving me an opportunity to
Thank
interview
you
you.
also,
All right.
Mia.
To all the viewers out there, here it is, Miss Joy Barcoma, the Miss World Barcoma. Miss
Yes.
World Philippines, Mandaluyong City. All right, Miss Joy, if you have anything else to say, your message to everyone, you can now promote yourself, your upcoming activities, those you want to mention, and things. All right.
All right. So, hello everyone. Good evening. Once again, I'm Joy Barcama, candidate number 3 of Miss World Philippines 2021. I just want to say thank you to all the viewers who have spent their nights, their evenings, and their time just to be able to watch me tonight together with Miss Mia. And of course, to Direct Primo for giving me the opportunity to be able to talk about myself more, to be able to promote my advocacies, and to be able to answer some questions that really reveal my insights and my thoughts about certain things. So thank you for this opportunity. I would also like to thank my friends who have been supporting me from the start of this pageant and all the way through. I want to thank my partner, of course, for being so supportive. I want to thank my social media managers, Mark and also Amir. I want to thank my trainers. I want to thank my team. And of course, I want to thank the Miss World organization for giving me the chance to be one of their candidates, to be able to promote what I can offer to the world. And for that, I am inviting you all to please watch our coronation night on July 25. Venue will still be announced and the time of the coronation, but you can watch us live on GMA 7 live telecast at 10 p.m. And I hope to see everyone there. If not, I hope you guys get to watch our coronation night. You can also follow me on my social media accounts at 𝗠𝗏𝗪𝗀 on Facebook and at 𝗠𝗏𝗪𝗀 on Instagram. Also, please follow pageantology. Am I correct? Is it pageantology and Gusi
Yes, yes.
Talks? Please follow them on their social media accounts as well. And of course, the Miss World Philippines organization to know more about our advocacies and all the causes that we are really supporting. And I hope that you guys are having a fun night. I hope you guys are well. And I hope that you learned something from me tonight. And always remember that always choose to do whatever makes you happy and you'll go far with your life. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, Miss Joy. Once again, this is
Thank
Mia
you.
Gusi from Gusi Talks Philippines, the up close and personal. Thank you so much, Miss Joy, and God bless to your
Thank you,
journey in Miss
everyone.
World.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss
Good evening
Mia.
and goodbye. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Everyone, once again, this is Mia Gusi of Gusi Talks Philippines, the up close and personal. Before I sign off, I'd like to plug in the Mr. Glam International to be premiered on this coming July 25, 26, 27, 28, and 29 via YouTube channel of Primo Modelo TV. Thank you so much to all who subscribe to all our YouTube channels, and thank you so much for watching our interviews every night here on Gusi Talks. Mabuhay from the Philippines. Maraming salamat. Tomorrow I will be together with the Miss World Canada first runner-up 2021, Miss Kiana Anderson. Time check, it's gonna be 6 a.m. Canadian time and 9 p.m. Philippines time. And once again, also guys, don't forget to click and subscribe. Follow all our social media accounts of Primo Modelo TV and Gusi Talks Philippines. Maraming salamat sa sumama sa akin ngayong gabi. And medyo formal tayo ngayon, no? And next week, abangan nyo po ang Hari ng Pilipinas, another new set of kings I will be interviewing together with a new co-host. Yes po, co-host coming from YouTube royalty, si Kuya Gray Santiago. Ayan, maraming salamat kay Ate Joy. And thank you so much, Kuya Gray, Kuya John Abram, kay 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝗹 for helping our Primo Modelo TV to boost subscribers and watch hour. Ayan, no? Malapit-lapit na tayo, guys. Kalma lang kayo. Ayan, no? And also, ayan, hi, may hindi tayo nasagot na question from Mark Joseph. Sabi niya, we all know that competing in a national pageant, especially these trying times, is very stressful. How do you distress yourself? Pasensya ka na, Mark Joseph, pero I hope makita ni Miss Joy ang iyong katanungan at masagot niya sa'yo in the comment section below. Thank you so much to everyone. And once again, I'll be signing off. This is Mia, and good night, everyone.